So we'll sing the Mangalacharan verses quickly and then start off with the discussion. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Narayana Namaskritan Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Jayamudire Nashtraprayusha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Om Bhagyanatimirandasya Jnananjanishrakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Tidamini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Indrivishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवार्थ गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री भगवान की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय Okay, so the verse for today's discussion is from Canto 1, chapter 14, verse number 9. Hi, Suggestion to Hari Janitaru. Thank you for joining. So it's 1:14:9. Let me share my screen. Maybe you can see. You can see. Okay. So
Yes.
this is first, yeah, thank you. I'll say the verse 3 times. And again, if you desire to recite, please do so after that. Nisman sampado rajyam dhara prana kulam praja आसन सपत्न विजयो लोकश्चायद अनुग्रहात् यस्मान्नः सम्पदो राज्यं दारा प्राणकुलं प्रजा आसन सपत्न विजयो लोकश्चायद अनुग्रहात् यस्मान्नः सम्पदो राज्यं दारा प्राणकुलं प्रजा आसन सपत्न विजयो लोकश्चायद अनुग्रहात्. So the verse.
Yasman, go ahead, Nitya Mataji.
Oh, sorry, Prabhu. Okay. यस्मान्नः सम्पदो राज्यं दाराः प्राणाः कुलं प्रजाः आसन् सपत्न विजयो लोकाश्च यद् अनुग्रहात्. Hare Krishna.
So much. Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Krishna ji. Madhu, you're muted. Madhu, muted. You sit again.
Yeah, sorry. Yasmanah sampado rajyam darah pranakulam prajaha asan sapatno vijayo lokascha yad anugrahat. Hare
Jai
Krishna.
Veer. Thank you, Mati. Thank you so much. Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna.
यस्मान्नः सम्पदो राज्यं दाराः प्राणाः कुलं प्रजाः आसन् सपत्नर्विजयो लोकाश्च यत् अनुग्रहात्. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Jai.
Hare
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yasmana Sampado Rajyam Dhara Parana Kulam Prajaha Sansapapna Vijayo Lokas Chayad Anugraha. Thank you, bro.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Okay. We'll go with the synonyms. Yes, yes. Okay. Synonyms. Yasmat, from whom? Naha, our. Sampada, opulence. Rajyam, kingdom. Dharaha, good wives. Prana, existence of life. Kulam, dynasty. Prajaha, subjects. Asan, have become possible. Sapatna, competitors. Vijaya, conquering. Loka, future accommodation in higher planets, cha and yat, by those whose, anugrahat, by the mercy of. Translation approved by Sri Prabhupada. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. From him only all our kingly opulence, good wives, lives, progeny, control over our subjects, victory over our enemies, and future accommodations in higher planets have become possible. All this is due to his causeless mercy upon us. Prabhupada. Material prosperity consists of good wife, good home, sufficient land, good children, aristocratic family relations, victory over competitors, and by pious work, attainment of accommodations in the higher celestial planets for better facilities of material amenities. These facilities are earned not only by one's hard manual labor or by unfair means, but by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Prosperity earned by one's personal endeavor also depends on the mercy of the Lord. Personal labor must be there in addition to the Lord's benediction. But without the Lord's benediction, no one is successful simply by personal labor. The modernized man of Kali Yuga believes in personal endeavor and denies the benediction of the Supreme Lord. Even a great sannyasi of India delivered speeches in Chicago practicing the benedictions of the Supreme Lord. But as far as Vedic Shastras are concerned, as we find in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, the ultimate sanction for all success rests in the hand of the Supreme Lord. Maharaj Yudhishthira admits this truth in his personal success, and it behooves one to follow in the footsteps of a great king and devotee of the Lord to make life a full success. If one could achieve success without sanction of the Lord, then no medical practitioner would fail to cure a patient. Despite the most advanced treatment of a suffering patient by the most up-to-date medical practitioner, there is death, and even in the most hopeless case, without medical treatment, a patient is cured astonishingly. Therefore, the conclusion is that God's sanction is the immediate cause for all happenings, good or bad. Any successful man should feel grateful to the Lord for all he has achieved. Jai. This is the verse once again. Yasmanah sampado rajam daraha pranaha kulam praja asan sapatna vijayo lokaschayat anugrahat. From him only all our kingly opulence, good wives, lives, progeny, control over our subjects, victory over our enemies, and a future accommodation in higher planets have become possible. All this is due to his causeless mercy upon us. Jai. So this chapter, as you know, we've been reading the last maybe 10 weeks, is the disappearance of Lord Krishna, and this particular conversation is happening between Maharaj and his brother Bhimsen, and he's been seeing certain things which was described previously, which was just never seen before, and which was totally opposite to what was happening. And this kind of raised alarm bells for Yudhishthira Maharaj, and he's discussing this particular incident, this particular event. And if you see this particular verse, this verse is not a full sentence. This is the main crux, or the main crux, you would say. The remaining part of the sentence is coming from the previous verse. So if you see here, Yasman, these are all from whom, by whom, who is this person, So the next verse doesn't talk about it. Next verse is a different sentence altogether. This comes with the previous verse. The previous verse is he going to? Right? So basically, is Krishna going to by his own Atma? So the subject context is Krishna, and so that person, so yeah, he's going to put earthly pastimes. Is he going to put his earthly pastimes? So that person is from whom our opulence, everything. So we'll discuss. So this is the continuation from the previous words itself, once you could say. So we'll see the word by what it means. Okay. Yes, man, from whom? Oh, sorry. No wonder. Right. Perfect. Yasman, right? So Yeshua is saying, from whom, that person is from whom, right? What our, Naha means our, okay, what do we get? Sampada basically means, in normal vernacular language means opulence or fortune, you could say, right? Sampado, Rajyam, right? Then we got Rajyam. Then what else? Dara, good wives. Then Kulam means dynasty. Praja, and means, exerting control over the um, subjects, right? We obtain this, right? And we also obtain what? Sapatna Vijayo. Vijaya means victory. Sapatna means enemies, right? And Lokas basically means, attaining higher planets. By what? Whom? By Krishna's mercy, right? This is the verse. Now Yudhishthira was remembering because that only because of blessings we have got everything, right? Yudhishthira is basically, this verse could say is a verse of gratitude, right? So he's just remembering what all he had obtained, is remembering uh, from the previous experiences. Now the elements were seeing, he saw many ill omens, and it is not possible to see these bad omens if Krishna is present. Okay, so Vishnu is implying that in his kingdom there's no absence or lack of opulence, and we saw this word previously before we read, Srimad Bhagavatam. This is from 1:10, right after Bhishmadev's departure. 10:4. Okay. Kamam varsha parjanya sarva kamadu kamahi shishu sma prajangava payeso dhasvatir buddha. The reign of Yudhishthir, how was the reign of Yudhishthir? What was the opulence like, you could say, right? Just to refresh your memory, because it's a long time back. The clouds showered all the water that people needed, and the earth produced all the necessities of man in profusion. Due to its fatty milk bag and cheerful attitude, the cow used to moisten the grazing ground with milk. Just see the opulence, right? Enough sufficient water, the minerals, everything from the earth, whatever we get from the earth, minerals, everything, or crop grains, right? Food grains, everything is in profusion, enough quantity, perfectly enough. And the cows have so much milk that milk itself, the ground that moistened by excess milk, full of fatty milk, fatty bags of milk in the udders of the cow. Then the next verse, 3 verses describe this. So what happened? Nadya Samudra Giraya Sa Vanaspati Virudha Phalanti Oshadha Sarva Kamam Avar Anbritudasya Vai. Nadya, the river, Samudra, the ocean, Giraya, Giri, mountain. Sa Vanaspati means, vegetables. Virudha, creeper, Virudhavalli is, creeper. Phala, fruits. Oshadaya, Oshadaya basically means, or for them is active, or Aushadhi means drugs. So everything was in full, they were perfect, they were in abundance, they produced everything, they were in quota, you could say, to the king. So this is how, and one more verse, basically, the entire world, so to say, right? So one more question, why were there abundant rains? Right? So Prabhupada writes in purport that during the reign of Yudhishthira Maharaj, all over the world there were regular rainfalls. But then rainfalls are not controlled by human beings, right? Right? So the heavenly king Indra, who is in charge of the activity of rain, he's a servant of the Lord. Right? He's a Sura, right? So the devotee. He said Sura basically means devotee of the Lord. Prabhupada says Sura means devotee, and who is no Sura is Asura. And the devotee of the Lord. So because he's a servant of the Lord, he's reached a particular position because he has done wonderful activities and very much favored by the Lord. I mean, Indra is would say, the Vibhuti of the Lord himself. So when the Lord is obeyed by the king, when the Lord is obeyed by the king, or when the king obeys the Lord, the people under the king's administration, there are regulated horizon. Basically, when the king is such a exalted personality that he follows the Lord's instructions, then what happened? What's the result? The praja, the um, the um, the citizens in the kingdom, right? They receive rains, enough rains. Why? Indradev is also the servant of the Lord. So Prabhupada is making the point here that if we become Krishna conscious, if we become God conscious in the perfect way, in the right way, the Devatas will aid us in that effort to help us go to a particular path. So here in the Dev also showered enough rain for the for enough production of food grains, agriculture production, everything on the land. Right. So that's a Prabhupada making the connection here. Now, Nadya, Samudra, right? So Prabhupada says in the purport here, yeah, he says this is Ma Yudhishthira was under protection of Ajita, the Supreme Lord, the properties of the land, namely the rivers, of the oceans, because Yudhishthira Maharaj was the king of the entire earthly kingdom, earthly planet, right? Bhumandal. So, because Maharaj Yudhishthira was under the protection of Ajit, or under the protection of Supreme Lord, all the entities like um, all the entities like what the rivers, the ocean, hills, mountain, etc. were all pleased, and they used supplies with respect to quota. They were pleased by Vijay Maharaj because he was following he was taking complete shelter of the Lord Krishna himself. They were extremely happy, and in their extreme happiness, they're producing abundance. For example, rivers may produce, ocean may produce jewelries, jewels, whatever it is, mountain, whatever it is, right? So Prabhupada says the secret to success is to take refuge under the protection of the Supreme Lord. The secret to success. And Prabhupada talks about that in today's purport also, right? So without his sanction, nothing can be possible, Prabhupada is saying. So all the rivers, all the different entities producing things in abundance because Yudhishthira Maharaj had taken shelter of the Supreme Lord. And he had given the sanction, basically. Prabhupada says, without his sanction, nothing can be possible. Right? The secret to success is to take refuge under the protection of the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada continues, right? So now, the sanctions of Supreme Lord must be there. Otherwise, despite all instrumental arrangements, everything will be successful. So if we have everything ready in our hands, everything ready to execute a particular activity to get the desired result, but if the Lord's sanction is not present, then the attempt will be unsuccessful. It's basically saying, you are saying, oh, my car is ready, my car is perfectly fine, my car is shining, it looks amazing, detailing, everything is done, inside out, everything is done. So, okay, now what? Well, there's no gas. Wait. So how do we go? Don't know. So basically, we can do everything. We can externally we can shine the car. We can internally we can detail the car. Whatever perfect, looks perfect. But there's no gas. Car can't go anywhere. It will be there for all day, days, weeks, whatever it is, right? Similarly, Krishna Prabhupada says here, the sanctioned Supreme Lord must be there. Otherwise, despite all instrumental arrangements, instrumental means with, for example, if you're using a knife is an instrument, right? If we may have many things to do particular activity which you desire, but if the Lord's sanction is not there, that event, the activity won't desire fruit, won't bear fruit. The ultimate cause of success is Deva, right? And Maharaj Yudhishthira knew perfectly well that king is the agent of the Supreme Lord to look after the welfare of the mass of people, basically. So the ultimate, you could say, the king player, the kingmaker, the ultimate factor So if we have an equation, we have different variables in the equation, right? X, Y, Z variables. But the weighted, the most highest weighted variable in a particular equation is Deva. So in Bhagavad Gita, basically, let me just go there. There you go. Okay, yeah. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna makes in the 18th chapter, Krishna makes there you go. Just one second. If I see it, no wonder. Okay, 18.14. Krishna makes it. Okay, yes. अधिष्ठानं तथा कर्ता करणं च पृथग्विधं विविधश्च पृथक् चेष्टा दैवं चैवात्र पंचमम्. So Krishna talks about the 5 factors in action which contribute to action. Adhishthanam, the place. The place is very important. If I do till a land or crop, or sorry, grow crops, you can't do on concrete. It has to be a particular place. Right? The place is very important for action. And the karta, worker also is important. Worker also is very important. And then karanam, the instruments, right? Basically the various senses. Right? We do activity with our senses. Right? We have indriyas, karmendriyas, gyanendriyas. Right? Karmendriyas is they both together work in tandem to a particular activity. Adhishthanam, then karta, karanam, then what with them, different types of karanam instruments, right? And then what happens? Vividas, prathak vidam vividas, what prathak teshta you could say. Different kinds of many different kinds of endeavor. We do different for different activities with different endeavor. We don't do same endeavor for different activities, right? Depending on type of activity, the endeavors change. And so these are 4: Adhishtanam, Karta, Karanam, and Pratak Cheshta. 4. What is the last? Daivam, Chaivatra Panchamam, Evatra. Right? So these 5. And what is the first one? Daivam, super soul. Ultimately, super soul. These 5 factors contribute to action. Right? So Prabhupada is saying in the purport that the sanctioned Supreme Lord must be there. Otherwise, despite all instrumental arrangements, everything will be unsuccessful. The ultimate cause of success is Deva. Ultimate cause is Deva. We may have we may in the right place. The right person must be doing the action, but the person may have all the senses perfectly suited for the particular activity, and also ready to execute the particular endeavor for the particular result. But if this quota is not, this particular variable is not, could say, present, or sanction is not there of the super soul, now, but fact action cannot be performed. If the action is not performed, the result could be obtained. On the other hand, if the piece of action may not be correct, performance may not be correct, right? Senses may not be correct. Any of the other variables can be hit or miss, whatever, right? If super sanction is there, it will happen, right? So that is how powerful this sanction super soul is. But usually all the 5 they come together for a particular action. So King like Yudhishthira Maharaj knew perfectly well that the king is the agent of Supreme Lord. The king is a representative. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that among men I am the king, Nirpa. Right? So king is understood to be the representative of Supreme Lord. Right? So that he has naturally attained the particular position. To look after the welfare of mass of people. That's why Prithu Maharaj exhibited the Palan Shakti, the Lord's Shakti to rule over people. Prajapalan Shakti. Prithu Maharaj had that. He was endowed with a particular Shakti. Right? So actually the state belongs to the Supreme Lord. The rivers, oceans, forests, hill, drugs, etc. are not creations of man. So any of these mentioned, so we can't create anything. Basic elements basically. We can't create soil. We can't create any minerals. We can't create metals. Right? It exists as actually in the earth. Right? We can use this metal to create something else, other metals, but not the original metal themselves. Right? So they are not creations of man. The Lord's creations. We are very big manipulators. Right? We're very big manipulators of the metal elements, but we are not the creators. Manipulators, not creators. Right? They are all creation of the Supreme Lord, and the living beings allowed to make use of the property of the Lord for service of the Lord. Yukta Vairagya, right? Instead of just saying neti, 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 not this, not this, not this. Everything is Maya, everything is not useful. The best way is to use the existing objects in service of the Lord, right? So it's like, what is the best way to offer offering to the Ganga is take her water and offer back to her, Tarpan, right? So similarly, the best way to offer the Lord is to whatever is there present in the world, which is because of Bhagavan's potency, and offer it back to the Lord again. Okay, right? So the control of the Lord is everywhere, and the Lord is pleased. Every part of nature is pleased. Yes, means to stay, Jagat to stay. Right? So when the Lord is present, if the Lord is pleased, everything else is pleased. Right? The rivers will flow profusely to fertilize the land. The oceans will supply sufficient quantities of minerals, pearls, and jewels. The forest will supply sufficient wood, drugs, and vegetables, and seasonal changes will effectively help produce fruits and flowers in profuse quantity. Prabhupada is summarizing the essence of the verse in this particular paragraph. What says, the control of the Lord is everywhere. So the rivers will flow profusely to fertilize the land. Previously, cities will be on the bank of the rivers, right? The oceans will supply sufficient quantity of minerals, pearls, and jewels, right? And then the forest will supply sufficient wood, drugs, and vegetables. And seasonal changes is effectively produce, we need a particular season for a particular fruit, vegetable, whatever, right? Seasonal changes will effectively help produce fruits, flowers in profuse quantity, right? These are the ways. So, in essence, Prabhupada is saying that the best way to live a life, right, is to be Krishna conscious, because by which, if we are Krishna conscious, then nature herself or the devatas also aid us in that. If we are really strong in our sadhana, is strong in our motives, without any ulterior motive, right? That is the ideal case. But reality is different, right? But Papa is saying this was the case of Madhurishthar during his reign. This is how it was, right? So now, going forward, so the lack of opulence now or bad omens indicate Krishna is not present, right? So now if we go to verse again, back to our verses, Bhagavatam, okay, 110. 149. Okay. So now, if you see the word, Yasman na sampado, all the opulence they had, right? Rajyam, the entire Mahabharata is based, you could say the underlying side is how uh, difficult it was for the Pandavas to claim the throne, the kingdom, right? They had to struggle so much, right? So, but Krishna is always helping them. Krishna helped during the Mahabharata battle itself, right? To obtain the obtain the kingdom. So he's remembering that Krishna helped us each and every point of the way to help obtain the kingdom. Then Dara, all the wives, right? So Krishna protected their wives, especially Draupadi, during her Chirharan, taking her dress, sari. Krishna supplied infinite sari, right? Protecting her dignity, right? Then Kulam means dynasty. How did Krishna? What is the meaning of Kulam here in this? It means Parishit Maharaj. Right? Krishna saved Parishit Maharaj. The Kulam is intact because Krishna's protection. Krishna protected Parishit Maharaj to save the dynasty lineage. Soul hair. Then Praja. Pupa translates it as um, subjects, or you could say here, control over or subjects. This is from Shri Jiva Goswami's commentary. Jiva Goswami mentions, Yasya Anugraha Matra Lokascha Vashikrita Asan. They obtain Vashikrita. Vashikrita means control of the entire subjects. Right? That's what it means. So they are able to exert control over people, but not in a bad way. You know? The sins committed by the people, if the citizens commit sins, the king had to take responsibility for that, at a part of it. Right? But there are no sinful activities going on in his kingdom. Huh? How? Because of Krishna's mercy. Mentioning 1.10.6. Right? Because of Krishna's mercy, everything was peaceful. No quarrel, no envy, nothing. It's peaceful. Okay. Then Sapatna. Sapatna basically means people said here as competitors. It actually comes from the word Sapatni. Patni means wives. Sa means co-wives. You say. So based on the origination of the root of the word, the root word and the meaning, it usually was the case was that the wives usually, polygamous marriages, because one king, many wives. Wives didn't have much, they didn't have good relations. That's what it looks like from the word sapatni. So sapatna basically means enemy. Sapatna basically means enemy. And case in point, Chitraketu Maharaj, right? The enviousness fighting between the wives. But here also, sapatna also means enemy, a rival, a competitor, right? So, Krishna was saying, Vijaya, we were able to win over Sapatna or enemies. Okay. Then Krishna says, Yudhishthira says, Lokash. Loka basically means that he's saying in normal terms, he didn't what says that future accommodation higher planets. So Yudhishthira did not himself want to go to higher planets, but in just a general way, even Bharat Mata used to perform yajna. Right? So they used to perform yajna as part of the kingly duties. Right? So so this is what Sri Prabhupada has translated. Now, but Sri Swami says, Asmakam Sarva Purusharthatve Hetu Sri Krishna. Asmakam, our Sarva Purusha Arthatve means all the all Purushartha, you could say, all our desires, Dharmarthakam, everything was Hetu. The result was who? Sri Krishna. Ataha, hence, Tad Viyogam, his separation, no, or Vina Tad Viyogam, without his separation, Anishtam na syad. This calamity would not be possible. Matlab, this, whatever we are seeing, is definitely because of his absence. His absence, if he's present, if he was present, these omens would not appear. It's impossible for them to appear. And their appearance means Krishna has left the planet. Krishna is not there anymore on the planet. Iti ashayena, with this intention was said this particular verse. Right? Yasma, therefore, Sri Krishna, Heto, he is the cause of all our opulence. Krishna Swami says. Therefore, going further, he says, Etat, this, ja Uparishtad. Uparishtad basically means later on. Arjuna's Prashti Karashyati. Arjuna, as the chapter moves on, Arjuna will make it clear as to how he was the cause of everything what we got. We will make it clear. Now, what is the meaning of Lokash? He says, Lokash cha yajna karana anurupa. Means obtainment of which Chakravarti says, yajna adi prapya, by the gestation one gets by doing yajna. By doing yajna is sarga, basically. Right? So, Lokash basically means attainment of higher planets by performance of yajna. That is what is meaning of this particular words by Sridhar Swami. And very similar, other acharyas also commented, not very much different. So now at this point, what I would like to do is we talked Sri Prabhupada's purport also. You could say we talked about how the prosperity is earned, right, not by one's own endeavor, by the mercy of the Lord. Right? So effort and mercy both are required. The effort is there. Of course, you have to put effort. This is not for free. Krishna will shower mercy. Right? So that's how it is. And the ultimate cause is Krishna. We have a remote cause, we have a efficient cause, and the immediate cause. Right? So we may see that, oh, you are giving something. That means The person is the cause, is the immediate cause. But the reason is ultimate. Sarva karana karana. Right? Krishna is the ultimate cause. Right? So that is finally Mahavishnu is saying that because of Krishna, at least for us, it may see Krishna is the ultimate cause, but for them, Krishna is the immediate cause also. For Pandavas, Krishna was the immediate cause, ultimate cause, everything was Krishna. Right? So he was seeing and he was showing, he's feeling gratitude that because of Krishna, we got all this. He did not forget any of this. If he remembered each and everything, but Krishna did for them. Right? So at this point, what I have to do is because he makes that all his opulence, and we talked about the how Madhav Yudhishthir's kingdom was flourishing in terms of the rivers, the hills, everything. They're providing ingredients, or providing different elements, or different, I could say, minerals, everything in sufficient quantities. I would like to share something from the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. So when I was reading this verse, I immediately thought of Krishna's appearance. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, when Krishna appeared, basically, right? Shukadeva Goswami mentions what was the state of the world, you could say, right? So the first 5 verses. So yes, right here. He says that, I'll just quickly here. The sun, the moon, stars, other planets were peaceful. All directions appeared extremely pleasing. The rivers flowed with clear water. The rivers here is there. Lakes and vast reservoirs. Decorated with towns, villages, mines, and pasturing grounds. The earth seemed auspicious. So all these different elements, all the different things in the environment, in the world, they became happy, auspicious, abundant, everything, right? So this was the case when Krishna appeared. Right? So it's no wonder Yudhishthira also saw all this because Krishna was present. Definitely, but Krishna, when he appeared, everything was, the entire world was auspicious, full of these different elements. This is how they were responding, right? So it's no wonder that Vishnu also had the same thing because Krishna was still present. So I'd like to read something from Srimad Hari Suri, right? So he wrote Bhakti Rasayanam, and he has given various reasons as to why, for example, right, the earth seemed very auspicious. Why? So I was reading, so he gives 11 reasons as to why the earth seemed auspicious. He gives maybe, I think, 8 reasons as to why the rivers were flowed with clear water. Why? So I just thought of maybe saying a couple of things, beautiful verses among the collection as to why was earth auspicious, the way Mahadishri was saying during his time. So okay, yeah. So let's start. Okay, so I'll just read just a bit in Hindi and I can explain in English as well. So the earth became auspicious. Why? So this is Prithvi, the earth, thinking. श्री हरि जी के चरण कमल जोगी जनों के ध्यान का विषय है. The lotus feet of Shri Hari is the object of the yogis. They meditate. भक्तों के द्वारा पूज्य है. The worshipable, worshipped by the devotees. देवर्षियों के द्वारा स्तुत है. The devarshis, they glorify the lotus feet of the Lord. और कल्याण प्रदा दयामयी सर्वसंपन्न लक्ष्मी के द्वारा सेवित है. And it's being served by Lakshmi Devi herself. Right? वे श्रीयुक्त चरण कमल आज मेरी सतह पर सतत संचार करेंगे. So that lotus feet was endowed with this Shri, with opulence, who is worshipped by devotees, who is glorified by devatas, is now going to appear, he's going to place his lotus feet on me. And just by thinking about this, right, mother's happiness, she's exuding happiness all over. And she seems very auspicious. So इस प्रकार सोचकर पृथ्वी आनंदित हुई और समस्त मंगलमय लक्षणों से अलंकृत हो गई. By thinking about this, she was happy. She was fully, in joy. These are the reasons Shashuri gives why Earth seems all auspicious. Okay. Then he says he gives another reason. Again, this is Prithvi, Mother Earth, thinking. इससे पहले श्रीहरि के वराह रूपी शरीर के दांतों के अग्रभाग से मुझ जल में डूबी हुई पृथ्वी का उद्धार हुआ. So when the earth was submerged in water, right, the Varahadev came and lifted the earth from by the front tip of the tusk, right? किंतु उस समय उनके साथ स्पर्श और विहार करने का सुख मुझे अंश मात्र भी प्राप्त न हुआ. But I could not get um, uh, was unfortunate. I did not get the fortune of being with him and staying with him and spending time with him basically at that point, doing that particular form of his when he came as Varaha, right? किंतु अब की बार इस कृष्ण अवतार में तो पदे पदे उनके चरण कमलों के विचरण का समस्त स्पर्श मुझे सुख प्रदान करेगा. So, but this time, that is just a moment. He just lifted, and placed it on orbit, and then went to fight or whatever he did, Varadev, right? But so I could not get that happiness, the sukh, right, of being with him, of his embrace. Nothing, I couldn't get much. But this time, he's coming and he's placing his foot over me, and I get all the sukh, which I've been, all the happiness, which I'm waiting to get previously. This time I'm going to get, finally. So just by thinking about this, I became very happy. यही सोचकर पृथ्वी आनंदित होकर मंगलमय लक्ष्यों से युक्त हो गई. Seem all auspicious because of this, thinking about this in this way. I'll say one more from the earth side, and then from the river side, I'll say one. Again, Mother Earth is thinking. Okay. इससे पहले श्री राम अवतार में जब प्रभु का राज्याभिषेक हुआ, तब भूपति बनकर उन्होंने देव, ऋषि, ब्राह्मण तथा अग्नि के को साक्षी मानकर मेरा पाणी ग्रहण किया. So when Lord Ram appears, Lord Ram, when Lord appears, Lord Ram, you could say, then he was in Rajabhishek. He was coronated as Bhupati. Bhupati means the king, right? And he gave with Agni, Brahmana, Deva, Rishi, everyone as witness. He took me, Panigram, Bhupati. So Bhupati basically has two meanings. Bhupati basically means the king, the Pati, the master of the king. And Bhupati means the master of Bhubi, also husband, right? So he was coronated as the king, and he also accepted as the husband of earth, Bhupati. Okay. किंतु अपने एक पति व्रत की रक्षा करने वाले इन प्रभु श्री राम ने मुझे प्रेम क्रीड़ा का पात्र बनाया. But he could not give me that affection as wife gets from the husband. Though he had एक पत्नी व्रता. Lord Sita was the Mother Sita was the wife. So I could not get that happiness. I could not get the happiness of the wife, right? And doing when he appeared as Shri Ram. अब यह कृष्ण अवतार तो अनेक पत्नियों के अतुल्य माधुर्य रस रूपी क्रीड़ा का प्रधानता से अतिशय उज्जवल है. बट दिस कृष्ण अवतार, दिस टाइम द लॉर्ड इज appearing with not just one wife. He has not taken one patni vrata, एक पत्नी व्रता. He's taken multiple with madhuri ras. But this time I'm going to enjoy. This time I will get the happiness of the wife. Right? Thinking this way, she became extremely happy. Right? So there made a couple more verses, very beautiful, very absolutely nectarian reasons as to why I became very happy. I read from one from the river side and then stop. So this is from the river side. So now in the world of Kavi, they are the king, right? He says that the mountains for river, the mountains are their their home, right? Because they come from the mountains, right? And they ultimately go towards the ocean. So before marriage, the girls comes from home, and after marriage they go to the husband's home, right? Similarly, Maika basically means their own home, which is mountains, and Sasural basically means the home of their husband. Okay, that is the ocean. Okay, she says that इससे पहले श्री राम अवतार में सेतु बंधन के कार्य के द्वारा इन्होंने अनेक पर्वतों को उस समुद्र में फेंक दिया. So during सेतु बंधन, what happened? The monkeys, they're taking out rocks from the mountains and putting it into the ocean to make the सेतु बंधन, right? The bridge, right? जिसमें अपार लहरी, the ocean which is full of waves, they put rocks from the mountains into the ocean. इस कार्य के द्वारा इन्होंने हमें नदियों के लिए हमारे समुद्र रूपी ससुराल में ही पर्वत रूपी मायका का सुख प्रदान कर दिया. तो they did amazing, they did a wonderful service for us. What they do? They provided us the happiness of our home, which is a mountain, in the happiness in the house of our husband. Because they moved the rocks from the mountains and put it. So basically they moved the maika into Sasural, into the husband's home. Right? So we got both happiness. So we got happiness of our home in the happiness of our husband. Okay. अब वही श्री राम पुनः श्री कृष्ण रूप में हमें प्राप्त हो गए हैं और मानो वही सुख हमें अतिशय सरलता से पुनः पुनः प्राप्त होने वाली है. And we are going to get the same happiness that we got at that time again, man. Lord is going to appear and seeing this, this thinking about this, the rivers were in joy and they started flowing clear water. They started flowing very, very abundantly. Right? This is one of the reasons Sri Haisuri says why the rivers were, very, very abundantly, very, in a very beautiful manner. So I just want to share this. It's sort of taking this particular point and going to the 10th canto, was sweetest canto ever. So again, just to complete our verse for today. Okay. Shri Maharaj is remembering as a gratitude, was remembering what Krishna had done for them, right? So he's saying that we got opulence, good wives, lives, progeny, control over subjects, victory over our enemies, right? Mahabharata. With future accommodations in higher planets, everything's possible because of his causeless mercy upon us, nothing else. So he's not saying everything I did. I am the Lord Manik. I am the one because of me. Self-made man. No, not like that. Everything is because of the Lord. This is this is how the devotee thinks, right? Everything because of the Lord. Whatever happens is because of the Lord. Yes, thanks so much. Please forgive me and for this. I think it is all messed up. But apologies if you think you could get something out of this. If almost if Maharaj and Shri Prabhupada and faults you have seen is all because of me. So kindly please correct me, give your inputs, corrections, comments. Thank you so much. Shri Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for
Krishna.
speaking. I know it was last minute. Forgive me, but I can see you're tasting nectar in this. I appreciated bringing in the commentaries of Shri Harisari Prabhu. It creates lamentation in me that I cannot read Hindi in that manner and appreciate it. So it's always wonderful to hear.
Hopefully in English soon, Prabhu, and you can tradish the nectar.
Right. It's nice to relish Bhagavatam to the point of view of different acharyas, because they all have, a particular realization that makes it even sweeter. So I'd like to invite Anita Mataji and Vijay Lakshmi Mataji to share if they have questions or additions that they want to hear from you or realizations. Anita Mataji, Vijay Lakshmi Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thanks, Shivani. Mother, you're on mute, Mataji.
Yeah, it is very nice to hear from you. This is special, like you are saying Hindi also, it is very good for us. Hindi description and that also very nice to hear. Anyway, you are very great to express your views and Hare Krishna.
Thanks, sir.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. As always,
Krishna.
it's really nice hearing Bhakti Rasayanam, Hari
Yes.
Suri's verses from Prabhu's verses.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Maybe keep doing this maybe in all of your classes. It's like adding that extra line of, it's just so wonderful, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Very, very like to him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhupada.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Prabhu.
Yes, my thoughts are that Shri Yudhishthira Maharaj is expressing gratitude to Bhagavan is so very special. There's a word in Sanskrit called kritagya, which means knowing what has been done. So Shri Krishna Bhagavan, from my understanding, he knows what we are doing and how we're trying to connect with him, and it creates immediate attraction and attention of Bhagavan, Shri Krishna. So, a philosopher by the name of Cicero said that gratitude is the basis of all virtue. So, Yudhishthira Maharaj never, takes it on as by his own personal endeavor. All these wonderful things have happened, with all these opulences, all these favorable conditions. So, one can understand how he's contemplating with the absence of Shri Krishna Bhagavan, what will the situation be? And I think rather than lamenting the situation, when we receive blessings, we feel very grateful to Krishna. When we get unfavorable circumstances, then we feel neglected by Shri Krishna. But here he's just appreciating the value of Krishna's presence and his association. Very powerful devotee. Exemplary personality. So thank you, Prabhu, for taking this on. I know 2 kids and everything else going on. It's not easy. So
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking it genuinely. Krishna knows your sincerity of your heart and purpose. So I think we'll end because temple programs